Probably the lowest point of my career. We made it into Europa League, second team to ever do that. Shamrock Rovers had done it previously a few years before, I think 5 years before. And it was monstrous for the club and for Irish football. But I suppose when we went into the group stages is where we set standards as well, because I suppose we drew the first game away and we won our first game at home. So let alone getting into the Europa League for an Irish team to competing at that level, it was fairly historical. That came from Stephen Kenny, you know, from day one. That's what he wanted us to do. He wanted to play attractive football, free-flowing football. He wants to entertain people. That's the ethos we were always built on and working towards. So yeah, I made a mistake away to Zenit. And it comes down to that, yeah, trying to play football and maybe trying to overplay with a free kick in our own half. And instead of a lot of people would just go along with it, I look to bounce it into the midfielder and out the other side. But it comes back at me, and I suppose I try just reactions, not expecting the ball back. I try Cruyff turn, snow on the pitch, get caught, and we're one down. Because at that level, if you make mistakes like that, you know, you're punished. Probably the lowest point of my career, and you know, I said it at the time after. That's something that I'd never experienced. We were at I suppose the pinnacle of Irish football, and a height I've never reached before, or levels of, I suppose, scrutiny from fans, the public, media that we've never reached before, and there's such a buzz about us that you're representing the country, not alone Dundalk. Like, never felt as low as then, you know. We had another two games after that, I think, and my head definitely wasn't right for the next few months. I was getting married a month and a half later as well, and even going up to that, just sort of, you know, it wasn't my usual self. It was something that I suppose I found very hard to take, because for me, football and where we were, what we were doing was, I suppose it was everything I dreamed of. So when you get that close and you make that mistake, you might have a great game, or you make one mistake, that's all you'll be remembered for in sport. And so I went through all the games, and I said to myself, I can't let one or two mistakes define who I am in my career. I've just spent the last few years winning everything around me in Ireland. So I suppose there was one thing that always sort of resonated with me, was a local athlete here, Jim Steins. Reading his book was the difference between good players and great players was how they respond in adversity. Listen, I didn't say too much, and all I just kept my head down, and after that work hard to get back in, and I'll always back myself to do that. To be, I suppose, lifting the trophies was a massive dream come true for me. But yeah, just to be winning them first of all is the big thing. So to get them back, it didn't matter who had the armband on the pitch for us, because like I've said, we've leaders all over. But I suppose the big thing is that, you know, it literally epitomises football or sport, is that, like, you're always going to have the lows, and those lows make the highs even better.